Hello viewers, and welcome back to Renowned Explorers, More to Explore. The more that we're exploring is a Caribbean island. The dread pirate Roche's lost treasure is rumored to be here, and also there's other stuff here, and we're gonna steal all of it. An aggressive approach could make it easier. Hey, that's us all over, man. Finally, you can start your search for Roche's treasure. The treasure, once stolen from the Spanish Silver Fleet, should be somewhere on this pristine and beautiful island. Harry looks at the map you got from Pinkerton to find out where. A place near a waterfall. The crew sets foot on the beautiful island and looks around. Just when Agatha finds some man-made debris and realizes this island is not as uninhabited as you first thought, you've got company. Smugglers! They come rushing towards you. Our secret island has been discovered! We've got to silence them, mates! It seems they will leave you no choice. That's true. I feel like I have been left no choice. They're coming right for us. And so forth. Alright, so remember, we have that guy in our entourage that gives us a gives us a study token every time we resolve devious. So, we didn't look at the people in the first mission too closely. Everybody has their own stats, obviously. They have descriptions and whatnot. But also, they have resistances. Most enemies are weak to at least one type of speech ability. And then some of them also are strong against some types of speech ability. So this person is remarkably weak against being enraged. Harry's got the tool for that. Alright, we're going to have Agatha finish this guy off. Finish this young lady off. With a horrible story about being reprimanded in school. And then, can Ivan get over here? This guy's got a gun. We're going to have Ivan... Oh wow, I actually was not expecting a one-shot there. The plan there was to use Pinning Strike to make that guy have to attack Ivan. But this works. So we didn't have to apply a tremendous amount of strategy here, because we were able to almost completely remove the enemies from the game before things even got started. In more difficult situations, where we have more enemies or enemies with higher spirit so that we can't just kill them all in the first turn, we're going to find that... we have to be a lot more careful about our placement and things. With the smugglers out of the way, your crew has enough time to hide the boat and to start exploring the island. Sadly, it seems that this island is a smuggler's hideout. Better be careful. Ready to go, Harry leads the crew into adventure. There's a typo there. Okay, we can probably turn this off. I know about the campfire stories. Alright, so... a nature challenge over here. An athlete, naturalist, or survivalist may be useful. We do not have a survivalist, but we do have those other two things. Over here, a tactician, beguiler, or quick thinker. Well, again, we have two of those things. Let's go this way because I like research. The ruins of a village. The crew is curious about the details of its history, but Harry is cautious. So, you can see that we get slightly different tokens for different people. Agatha gets more study tokens than everybody else. She also gets plus 60% to succeed from her ranks of archaeologist. I'm assuming that's plus 20% per archaeologist rank. So Agatha will go to investigate the site. So we're going to see the adventure wheel for the first time here. Actually, we're not going to see the adventure wheel. Because there was a 100% chance of success, it doesn't even show the wheel. But the game resolves those encounters with a spinny wheel that looks like the thing from The Price is Right. Excuse me. A big vertically spinning wheel. We'll see it in the near future, I'm sure. So, from local writings, Agatha concludes that the village was struck by a disaster that ruined their food. What a shame. Agatha takes an urn for investigation. And for boasting. Another mystery solved. Alright. We're doing okay to start with. A trader. We're going to go to this node, both because trade is cool and because it was near a large number of other nodes. Let's look at the equipment on sale. So we could buy some items for 50 gold. I don't actually know off the top of my head what these do. Let's buy a talisman. Plus 5 spirit, plus 5 grit. Spirit is hit points, so... Alright, we don't have any... So at this point we could trade a resolve for 4 supplies. I don't think that's a good trade-off considering that we would only actually get 2 supplies. But sometimes that's a thing that's worth doing. Alright, let's forge onward here. We're going to try to get into fights, basically. Fight around the world. Oh, another thing is, every time you use the adventure wheel, you gain 2 XP. So it didn't show the wheel to us because of the 100% chance of success, but you can see she has 2 more XP than everybody else, so she did still get that. We're going to go to encounters, because encounters are great. You hear gunshots in the vicinity. You follow the sound and see a smuggler showing off at target shooting words in front of 2 other smugglers. A bullet ricochets off a tree and hits Ivan, who cries out of shock. The smugglers immediately turn toward you. Ivan, damn it. Also, what are the odds? That ricochet. So we'll get an extra encounter token if we resolve aggressive, or we'll get a study token for going devious. We're going to start devious at least. Just for taking advantage of the mood benefit. Okay, these guys are all basically the same pirate. They have a weakness to becoming enraged. Harry moves faster than our other party members on account of his being a scout. That's sad. So Agatha lectured them on the error of their ways. We're going to have Ivan run around to this side. Unfortunately, this means Harry's probably going to get shot twice. Oh, I didn't equip that trinket that we got. Sorry, Harry gets stabbed and then shot at. Oh no, she's chosen to shoot at me and miss due to the 25 grit. Can I equip stuff in combat? No. Okay. So, the question is now, do we want the encounter token or do we want the study token? I think we want the encounter token. Study is better than the other resources, but... there's something to be said about quantity. Just getting as many resources as possible. So this should push us over into aggressive being our dominant attitude. Yep. Alright, so the reason I like encounters so much is, first of all, every encounter you defeat gives you 2 encounter tokens for free. That's a lot of payout. But also, there's no better way to get experience points. And leveling up your crew is very powerful, because making sure that everybody has their abilities is very powerful. We're going to give... It gives spirit and grit, so it's purely defensive. Agatha has 13 armor, 27 speech defense. He has good defenses. Harry's defenses are the worst. We're going to give this to him. This is not a great trinket in the overall. You guys don't really know that, but... I've played enough of the game to know that relative to the trinkets that we have available at the shops, that's not very good. I was just mostly curious what it was. Alright, so, supplies may be found here. I love supplies. A branch hanging over a chasm gives you the possibility to take a shortcut. A balancing act is required to get to the other side and secure a rope for others to pass. Alright, so, here we're going to see the wheel. Harry has a 51% chance of succeeding on this, from all of his grit, actually. We need survivalist ranks to get any extra bonus on this challenge, and unfortunately nobody in the party is a survivalist. Everybody else has abysmal chances to succeed. We could go another way and we'd gain a supply just from stuff we find in the jungle, but this is slightly better than a coin flip, and also I want to show off the wheel, and also I want the XP from spinning the wheel. Even if you fail, you still get the XP. So let's do it. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Uh-oh. Harry is unable to keep balance and falls. Luckily, Harry breaks the fall into the ravine, but the branch is broken, and we don't get any supplies. What a shame. But Harry still got his XP. So, let's pick a direction. An engineer or rogue would be useful here. That's Harry. But also there could be cool stuff over here. I think we're going to break it this way. We'll come back around. Hey, that's Tommy Gunn. What's he doing here all alone? Let's go say hi. He probably doesn't like us very much. He's unpleasantly surprised. Harry! Oh, darn! Please go away. I'm not telling you anything on my top secret mission. I forgot what my Tommy Gunn voice was for a minute there, sorry. So we could try to manipulate him. We get plus 20% from the fact that Harry is a beguiler. We'd get more if he had the charms perk in particular. Sadly, he does not. Or, because Ivan is an athlete, he could challenge Tommy to a game of strength. I think we're going to do that. We're going to take the blue text. Ivan challenges Tommy to a wrestling match, which he gladly accepts with a little wager. After a fierce struggle, Ivan manages to take Tommy out of the ring drawn in the sand. Tommy is impressed. And we win the wager. After that little show of strength, Tommy tells you about his secret mission. Well, Amir told me my lost family is on this island, so I went looking. But till now, I only found monkeys. He seems to be unaware of what Amir was implying. Amir is another member of Rivalu's crew, and he's a dickhead, basically. Since you're so nice to me, please have this gold. Decline and receive his praise instead. No, we're going to take his gold. Thank you, Tommy. After this pleasant encounter, the crew waves Tommy farewell. If he wasn't part of Rivalu's crew, Harry would probably get along with him just fine. You know what? I don't think I've ever seen that encounter before. Maybe it's something new they added with the expansion. Or maybe not. There's a lot of different nodes in the game, and it's possible I just haven't seen everything. What a great place to camp, with a beautiful clean creek. Harry tells everyone to prepare for a comfortable day. The crew spends their day relaxing, which is not adventuring, guys. Get off your asses. But then, something happens. So this is going to gain somebody a perk, but I don't know what. Actually, it might not be a perk. Harry upsets someone. All was well until Ivan's lunch goes missing. Ivan quickly discovers that Harry was hungry and took the liberty of swiping it from Ivan's backpack. That rogue. To ease the tension, Harry shows all the other valuables Harry has collected on your adventures. So he was swiping stuff from the locals and keeping it for himself. Surrendered it to the crew, at least. After a good day, the crew sits around a campfire and listens to one of Harry's great stories. The night becomes even more enjoyable when a delightful dinner is served by Harry. An unbelievable combination of Caribbean ingredients and flavors from the United Kingdom, which is where Harry is from. The crew is delighted by the meal. Harry is a fantastic cook. On the downside, now Harry will have to endure the complaining of hungry crew members. So, Harry has gained the survivalist cooking trait, and also permanent +3 spirit, I guess. So his, actually, can we not see? Oh yeah, down here. So now he's up to 44 max spirit. And we have the ability to camp. So let's do this. Let's tell a campfire story. Okay, yeah, we know now how this works. So we can gain some resolve, some encounter tokens, some collect tokens. I'm a little sad that there's no study tokens available. So we could choose to keep a thing in hand so that it'll be available for sure at the next campfire. That's interesting. I think actually we're going to do that with the resolve card. We don't need resolve very badly right now. I'd much rather take a token that advances stuff. We're going to take the encounter tokens. But this could be useful later if we start having a rough time. A heated debate takes place. Who was the fanciest philosopher in history? Agatha makes a case for the orderly virtue ethics of Aristotle, but Harry has no ear for his boring ideas. No, Harry thinks highly of Voltaire. Not that he knows what Voltaire stood for, but Harry has heard he was quite the charmer. Now that is fancy. This is Harry definitely uses male pronouns. We've seen that before. Okay, so 5 encounter tokens. Not bad. I'm sure all the really cool stories are unlocked by getting completions. So this is an epic encounter. This is a big treasure here. I know what this is. We're going to go this way first. What an amazing find! In the deep of the jungle, you find the elusive 100-year fruit. The low-hanging fruit takes more than 100 years to grow to this size. Surrounding the fruit is a barrel of monkeys. That is not the correct group now. Performing a ritual never witnessed before. You can just take the fruit to safety, but a naturalist might be interested in studying the monkey's ritual. So, Ivan is a naturalist, and he's getting plus 20% on the challenge. But Agatha's getting plus 20% from being a scientist, and she also has higher speech defense than he does. So her chance is actually better. So we can just take the 100-year fruit, or we can roll the dice and try to get 6 additional study tokens. I'm totally going to do that. I love study tokens. Oh, you suck. During the monkey ritual, Agatha failed to notice the monkeys were pulling the 100-year fruit loose. The fruit smashes down on the ground, destroying it. The monkeys seem overjoyed with the splash, but Agatha falls into despair. To add insult to injury, some cheeky simians steal the large seed of the fruit and the papers Agatha wrote the research on. That is crappy. Well, you gamble, sometimes you're gonna lose. Let's go to this epic encounter. As you walk through the jungle, you spot a big shadow jump away further into the woods. It looks big and intimidating. That big shadow will surely make for an epic and risky encounter. Oh yeah, we're doing it. You start the hunt, and soon you find out what the shadow was. A Titan ape! What a magnificent and rare creature. The crew disrupts his meal, and he's not pleased about it. He quickly leaps toward Ivan to deal the first blow. Yeah, bring it. Bring it, you big ape. What's a good insult for an ape? Bring it, Prince Kong. Like, because he's like King Kong, but not as good. Yeah, that'll show him. If you're an animal lover, I apologize for what's about to happen here. Harry is definitely going to shoot some monkeys. Alright. So, Big Kong here is immune to terrified, is easily impressed. Interesting. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I have a different plan. We're going to try to terrify this little monkey. Alright, and then Agatha is going to run over to here and use Lecture. If this brings the monkey down, we'll get 2 points of deviousness. And that'll put us into devious mode, which will give us the bonus grit. There we go. And now, we have this extra dodge for the monkey, for the Titan Ape's turn. But he doesn't attack anyway. What did he do? Oh, he made himself confident, plus 25% attack power. And, plus 50 armor and speech defense. Oh, triggers every time your attitude is dominant, plus 25 attack power. So his attack power is actually very impressive right now. We, should maybe not be deviant, or devious. Well... So he's moved his personal attitude meter way up into the positive. Let's impress him, both because he's weak against it, and because it will change him. He's no longer confident, so we brought his attack power down some. He's going to really wallop somebody, though. I think we want to get aggressive on him instead of friendly. If we're friendly while he's aggressive, he's going to have the advantage. Ivan, you have the most armor. Get his attention. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna try to push into aggressive attitude here. So next turn we'll throw one more punch, and then, I thought Pinning Strike said that Ivan will surely draw aggro. Yeah. That's not what happened at all. Okay, so when one of your party members gets downed, you lose a resolve. You can see we went from 4 to 3 resolve. And it takes them out of the fight. All you have to do is use the revive skill, which every crew member has. But that does mean that you effectively lose that person's action for the turn. The person who does the reviving, not the person who gets revived. Harry actually can act right now. Okay, so we're no longer devious. His rage over our deviousness should wear off soon. We're gonna slowly pull his personal attitude down with physical attacks, and then when it gets low enough, we're going to use an Enrage from Harry to lower his armor. But we should start taking a lot less damage. Okay, he's still mad at Ivan. Oh, you get plus defenses when reviving somebody. I don't know if I never noticed that before, or if it's something that's new. Agatha's not actually good at fighting. This is more about lowering his, Actually, maybe she should have run over and attacked the monkeys, because they're approaching pretty quickly here. So, like I said, we're just trying to drop his attitude low enough for Harry to put him into enraged mode. We're not quite there. Harry will just shoot him in the face. Piercing shot's about to be off cooldown, by the way. Ah, what a jerk. Okay, well that didn't do very much damage. It did lower her armor, though. Being enraged lowers your armor, so that's potentially pretty dangerous. We need to resolve this quickly. So what does she have that's going to do the most damage? Impressing him is the best play we have, I think. Alright, we're going to do this, lower the number of incoming attackers. We're going to use her impressed ability, both because it deals the most damage and because it makes him no longer confident. That's very important to me, obviously. We're just going to endure some attacks from some monkeys, unfortunately. We're going to try Pinning Strike again. With any luck, this will have him actually attacking Ivan. There we go. A much more manageable amount of damage. Oh, please don't drop him. Okay. Alright, he's fine. And the ape is defeated as soon as we get a turn. So you may notice there seem to be an awful lot of monkeys around. In boss fights, it is basically always the case that there's an infinite number of henchmen. That's to keep you from making the encounter too easy by just kiting them around and defeating all the henchmen one by one. So the Titan ape was subdued. You capture the ape with relative ease now that it's unable to defend itself properly. This ape will be the central attraction in zoos and circuses all over the world. Yeah, that's a pretty crappy outcome for the ape. I do feel a little bad, but, you know, look at all this. Ooh, now this is interesting. So, 100 renown, 1 insight, we could get 6 study, we could get +2 research from all future study tokens. That's very powerful. Or, we can get extra tokens for resolving encounters aggressively for the rest of the game. These 3 are all, I think, very compelling. I think this is the way I'm gonna go. We're at the point where science is still, like, the best thing. Alright, I did not set Steam to offline mode. So, I'm getting a little... I think we're going to take this. We're still early enough in the game that we're going to be getting a lot of study tokens. Especially, there's a lot of study tokens available on this island. I know we haven't found that many, but we might find more. This is just a lot of extra research papers. Especially given that we took that that research paper that gets us extra study tokens from spending our insight in Berlin. Alright, so there's some empty nodes on our way. We're low on supplies. This is kind of tough. I think we're going to go here just because it is in the direction of the final node, and also it exposes to us 3 new nodes, which could have supplies at them or could not. Nothing of interest, but it looks like we do have a chance at some kind of item, at least. So this will drop us to 1 resource remaining, or 1 supply remaining. We'll have to make 1 more hop, which will reduce us to 0, and we'll take a penalty there, but then we can finish the mission. The expedition, I should say. You find a huge tree that towers above the canopy of the deep jungle. 1 crew member could go climb the tree and see what's up there. Many things can be found in jungle canopies. You can expect physical challenges, biological data, or hidden bounties. Well, physical challenge and biological data are both things that Ivan should be interested in, being an athlete and a naturalist, so we're going to have him climb the tree. Alright. He climbs the tree for over 30 minutes. Wow, that's a lot of tree. Until the canopy is finally reached. The view of the jungle is simply breathtaking. There are things to explore, though. What will Ivan do? Well, let's study the jungle canopy. It's a very biodiverse place. Ivan takes time to document the wonderful things he has seen here. Okay, a couple of study tokens. He will climb additional parts that require great strength. A rare discovery. Deep in a clutch in a large tree, Ivan spots 2 eggs and a dead imperial Amazon bird. The poor bird probably died from a disease spread by smugglers. With great strength, Ivan cracks open the clutch and saves the eggs. These birds are very rare and need to be conserved. Ooh. Okay, so we can take a discovery token, or we can take a treasure hunt token. This is like 25 or 30 research and 25 or 30 gold. This is a lot of gold and some status, and we get double gold from treasure hunt tokens due to Harry being our captain. All 20 of the characters have a unique captain perk, so this does affect the way you make your decisions. As much as I love research, I think we're going to take the treasure hunt token just because that's a lot of gold. Yeah, 100 to 150 gold. And some status. Alright, let's take a closer look into the ecology of the canopy. Ivan is looking for ecological relationships in the canopies when something catches the eye. It's a rare tear orchid, long thought to be extinct. Ivan carefully takes a flower with some vines for breeding, but leaves the plant intact. We're being much more responsible with a lot of these things than we were with that poor monkey. So 6 study tokens. Study tokens give 6 to 9 research each. So 7.5 average means that this is like 45 research. The discovery token would be, I'm pretty sure, 25 to 30 research and 25 to 30 gold. I think we actually are going to take the study tokens. Return to the ground and continue exploring. Okay, sadly, we did not find any supplies. I was hoping that we would find a node that had supplies at it so that we could keep adventuring. But it is kind of hard to be upset about a node that gave us 2 treasures. So let's move toward the exit. You spot a nearby camp where smugglers are busy moving around crates. The cargo seems valuable. You really want to know what's in these crates, but you can't possibly take on all those smugglers. If you could just infiltrate them. Well, it turns out Harry's a rogue, so infiltration. To no one's surprise, really, Harry makes an excellent smuggler. You were right to try to check what was in the crates. Harry finds carefully packed porcelain in them. When Harry returns, you have a choice. Notify the authorities and become lauded, or sell this information to a black market lord. You know what? We'll let the criminals deal with some criminals. We're out of supplies. Agatha loses some speech defense. Well, right, I think we need to complete our expedition before our penalties get any worse. Alright, whatever happens here, it will end the expedition. The treasure hidden by the notorious pirate Captain Roche must be here somewhere. What a fantastic sight! No wonder that pirate Captain Roche chose this place to bury his treasure. Whoa. Alright, music, calm down. The crew starts to look for clues and signs of treasure under the peerless guidance of Harry. It seems it will take longer than expected. Someone might want to set up a defensive camp while the other crew members continue searching and digging. Harry evaluates the issue. Okay, so this has an actual penalty for failure. Minus 20 armor and minus 10% attack if we fail. Ivan's pretty good at this. Agatha's not terrible due to being a tactician, but yeah, we're gonna roll the dice here. Go, Ivan, go. Okay. It looks like a bastion. Ivan creates a camp at a strategic location with a lookout and everything. Besides that, it was a good way to learn about the environment. You will be prepared for any hostilities that come your way, so we gain the jungle defenses buff, and also some tokens. To find the treasure, the crew spends hours looking for Roche's marks. The night passes and guard duties change, while the crew works diligently to uncover the secret treasure. It's not long the next morning until something happens. Agatha conducts an intense study and finds treasure. After hours and hours of searching and digging, Agatha's shovel finally hits a wooden chest. The crew opens it up to see the Spanish treasure in all its glory, surrounded by other precious pieces. The crew prepares to dig out Roche's treasure when you hear a deep laugh from behind. Oh no! It's the smuggler boss! I heard these rats were on my island, but I didn't think they would be so kind as to find this treasure for me. Get your paws off my booty, landlubbers! He had to slip in a little bit of pirate talk at the end there. If you don't do that, they, it can cost you your license. A ticking bomb! It's going to blow and take some of the treasure with it! Well, it looks like Harry's ready to take charge of the situation. Plus 50% defense chance to defuse it from being a rogue, plus 25% from being an engineer, plus 43% from his impressive amount of grit. He's got like 140% chance to defuse this bomb and get a treasure hunt token, which, as we've already discussed, we care very much about. So treasure hunt, study, and collect. That's really nice. The boss confronts you. It seems you won't go down with just an old sea mine. We'll show you what happens when you disrespect my territory. Fellas, get the treasure and crush these landlubbers. It seems there is no choice. We're gonna fight these pirates. I'm ready to fight some pirates. I don't think this is gonna be hard. Okay, Devious. Yeah. Resolving Devious gets us the token from that guy, obviously. So, Pirate Boss. Watch out for his charge. His next attack will deal double damage, so he charges up. It looks like we got a lot of enraged weakness. Okay. So, Harry, do your thing. Enrage some people. I wish we had more people with enrage. Sadly, Agatha doesn't have any way of one-shotting either of these guys. Ivan does. Look at the size of that man's fist. It's bigger than his head. And we'll just terrify this guy. In part, to try to maintain our devious nature, and in part because being terrified lowers his attack power. Look at that, only 8 damage. Also, he attacked in the wrong direction. Little animation bug there. Alright. We are not in the clear here. We're going to have an infinite number of goons spawning, so... Alright. So, I attacked this guy with an aggressive move for the purpose of changing our party mood to aggressive. Now, devious abilities have plus 25 power, or 25% power, thanks to hostilities, which means that our Terrify might... just barely barely insufficient. Well, that's fine. Then we'll use Harry's devious ability to push our party mood back to... our party attitude back over to devious. I was hoping to get the kill on him with Agatha and have Harry run far enough forward to use Enrage on somebody else. But actually, I don't think he had the move speed anyway, so... Alright. Oh, his attack enrages. That's dangerous. Now Ivan's armor is all screwed up. And also he's been shot. I guess that's something to be concerned about. How long is the line for piercing shot? Okay, yeah. I think if I move Harry up here... I should be able to get a piercing shot off that can hit both of these guys. I'd really love to hold on to devious mode for the grit. I think we're going to have Ivan move over here to the regen space and try to terrify her out of the fight. Okay. If we'd had him throw a punch, it would have moved us over to aggressive. Uh-oh. I think he's charging up. Plus 75% attack power. Don Smuglione is a super lame name for a guy. Okay, unfortunately, there's not a lot I can do about the fact that this guy's charged up. We can enrage him at least. And then punch the crap out of him. Actually, are we going to be able to bring him down? Yeah, finish him off with a Terrify. Okay, never mind. We just had enough damage. Fairly impressive damage output, actually. So, we got our extra study token. And sweet, sweet treasure. And levels for people, and this is good. You totally broke their spirits. The smuggler boss is having difficulty keeping his act together and runs away in tears. His crew follows to at least try to cheer him up. You hear their voices fade into the distance. Oh, come on, boss, you ain't that bad. We love you. You're the baddest smuggler on this island. No, I'm the baddest smuggler on this island. I guess that'll be true in a second when we leave. Roche's treasure. So 3 collect and 3 study, that seems pretty soft. Plus 2 research from study again, ooh. Your current highest level engineer gains plus 3 study whenever he does an engineering thing. Or your current highest level naturalist gains plus 3. These are both really powerful. So, Harry... This is really interesting. They changed a lot of the treasures. This is not just choices between, like... It's new with the expansion that you get to choose what thing you get from your treasure, but these are not choices between pre-existing bonuses. A lot of this stuff is new bonuses. This is pretty interesting. I like the idea of getting lots of future study tokens, but we're not actually that good at engineering and naturalisting, being a naturalist. I think I'm just going to take this again, honestly. On to planning the next expedition. We can't level up our people while we're resolving a thing here. We're going to have to wait until we're at the post screen. That went super, super well. Honestly, we did not get nearly as much research as we sometimes get from the Caribbean. Although maybe they've rebalanced it with the expansion. It's hard to actually know. All right. Back to the world map screen real quick. We are now a mad scientist rather than a classy crook, and you can see we're moving up pretty rapidly in renown. I don't think that we're going to have any trouble beating 2500. Alright, with that great adventure behind you, you can send a report to an explorer-welcoming city. This will unlock new possibilities on the world map, but you can only unlock 1 city per expedition. So we can unlock a new entourage hall in Constantinople, or a new equipment shop in New Orleans. I think that probably we're going to have more use for a new shop than... we just don't have that much status. Alright, greetings, explorer. We down here in New Orleans read all about your amazing adventures, and yes, I'm intentionally not trying to do a New Orleans Cajun accent. It would sound ridiculous. Just so you know, our shops in downtown New Orleans have some special offers just for people like you. What the hell's that supposed to mean? Alright, so we popped up a new shop. The new shop has some new things. Totally different things than are available in the previous shop. And as we upgrade it, we'll see there's all kinds of different trinkets and stuff. This is a pretty good shop for speech-focused parties. These books are speech... They give more speech power than things of the same tier in the other shop, and also they all have bonuses to particular speech abilities. I'm not sure what we're going to do with our gold. Hold on. Let's spend some power here. Spend some levels, rather. So, Lecture gains plus 25% power when your attitude is aggressive, and the effect it has on state of mind is stronger. Or, Agatha gains plus 3 speech power for 3 turns for each target that is saddened after casting Lecture. I think, actually, we're probably going to be spending a lot of time in aggressive mode, so this makes sense to me. We're going to do this one. And she's gained an extra trinket slot. Harry. Harry's piercing shot will shoot in a cone instead of a line, or Harry's piercing shot gains 20% power each time it penetrates an enemy. I think it's tricky to line people up, and it's basically impossible to ever get more than 2 hits on penetrating shot, which means that this is just going to be plus 20% power against the second target almost all the time. This is actually going to give us extra targets hit sometimes. And in addition, we've learned the focus ability. He can spend a turn to buff up his next attack, basically. This is not something that we will be doing just as a way of powering up the attack, because obviously plus 60% attack power is not as good as just attacking again. It's going to be less total overall damage. But there may be turns where he can't attack for one reason or another, and so focus gives us something useful to do on those turns. And, in addition, trinket slot. Okay, what's Ivan going to get at next level, just out of curiosity? Make Pinning Strike into an AoE, or Pinning Strike deals 25% extra damage when your current attitude is aggressive. That's probably the way we're going. And he'll gain Primal Roar, which is an AoE devious ability that terrifies people. And has bonus speech power if Ivan is enraged or confident. So that's cool. Alright, we gained 223 research. Let's finish this off. So +1 study whenever we enter a challenge node of our choice. What choice do we want to make here? We're pretty good at technique challenges and nature challenges. We're okay at wits challenges. There seem to be a lot of cultural challenges. We're not great at them, but they are numerous. I think we're going to go for nature challenges. There's a lot of nature challenges. Oh, and we've mastered the project, so plus 50% renown from, I think, research and gold are both strong choices here. We're getting a lot of extra research from our study tokens. It doesn't say exactly how much. Oh, here we go. You gain 12% of any research you gain as renown. So you get more renown per point of research because the research tokens pay out less than the other tokens. You can see. I think we're going to go for research, though. We're going to get so many study tokens. The reason I think gold might be a good play is because treasure hunt tokens give us so much gold. But we're going to get way more study than treasure hunt, that's for sure. And in fact, we could go even harder on science by choosing the nature sciences branch, which gives us even more renown from research when we complete it, +2 study whenever we enter a nature challenge for the first time, meaning that we really, really want to focus on nature challenges, given this thing. Yeah, I think we're kind of playing into a linear here, so let's do it. Dramatically improve the output of discovery tokens, gain a discovery token whenever you get a treasure, 2 study from insight, 2 study when performing a campaign action with a survivalist, a collect action with an athlete, or a study with a naturalist. That's a shame. There's no way we're going to be able to make use of this. But +1 supply capacity for each mastered research field. That's also pretty weak. But this side isn't bad. Plus stuff from discovery tokens, plus discovery tokens from treasures, and then a treasure. It's like a nice bit of synergy. Alright, so we're at 80 research for our next research paper. Well, let's do some studying. Actually, hold on. Before we do some studying, let's do some buying of specialists. So I think we're going to go for this, like I said before. Professor Passanotti, the Italian inventor with an eye for the ladies. Get it? An eye, because patch. Wants to teach one of you a thing. Hey, Harry, you're an engineer. Learn to be more of an engineer. And then we'll recruit some helpers. Actually, let's recruit some students. We're going to go really hard on this linear here. So, a single insight spent on science got us 47 there. Let's take this. So we'll get a couple of discovery tokens on the next mission, though. It's very unlikely that we'll complete the next expedition without at least a couple of treasures, right? Then we'll keep spending... We'll be able to get one more paper written. Unfortunately, this is not very good for us. This is okay. This will be +2 supplies, because next time we come back, we'll have enough research, I'm sure, to finish out the nature sciences branch. And remember, when we do, we'll get +50% renown from research. We're already getting bonus renown from research, thanks to observations. We're getting a lot of study nodes, or a lot of study tokens. We need to make sure we go somewhere that has a lot of nature challenges. So, we have money. We have money and we have a new shop. Let's upgrade the new shop. Let's have a look at what kinds of things are available. So, you gain Survivalist, Cooking, Tactician, Weapons Expert, and Athlete Stamina as long as there are 5 or more supplies remaining. That's interesting. Not good, but interesting. You'll notice it does cost less than the other trinkets. Plus speech power while you're devious. And just +2 speech power all the time. That's pretty significant. And it gives a perk. Naturalist, Electromagnetics, as well as Speech Defense. Beguiler Storytelling. Sadly, that is the Beguiler perk that we already have on Harry. So, that's a shame. We can pick up a Speech Power Increaser. I think it makes sense to do this for Agatha. Agatha's physical attack power could use some boosting, but we might be better off just focusing on what she's good at. So let's... She uses Terrify, right? Terrify is her. So if you couldn't tell before, now it's probably pretty obvious to you that there are 6 different emotions. Enrage, the enraged state gives you -25 armor. The sad state gives you -25 speech power, I think. Terrified is minus attack power. Excite is plus speech power. Impress is minus speech defense. And Confident is plus attack power. It would be really cool if we had somebody in this party who had the ability to make others more confident, because we're doing a lot of attacking. Sadly, it's just not how things are. So, 14 speech power, plus 8 attack power, and increases the power of Terrify by 20%. She's going to be a force to be reckoned with. And her attack power is almost as good as Harry's now. That's not nothing. Let's go back to the original shop. We still have quite a bit of gold. I'm going to upgrade it again. So, resist damage taken from terrified speeches and start every encounter confident. This actually might be worth buying for Ivan. And this is the equivalent, but for speech power. So, terrified is what makes you lose attack power, and resist damage taken from terrified speeches, I believe, also will reduce the amount that they lower your personal attitude level. So I think we're going to buy War Drums for him. Terrified resistance, he gets to start every encounter confident, so his opening punch is always very impressive. Alright, and I believe it is the case that we have a new expedition available to us. The Andean Adventure. Diplomat, Rogue, Survivalist, and Engineer expect plenty of research and status. Cultural clashes will best be solved deviously. Alright, come back next time. This is what we're doing. Come back next time. We're going to go on an Andean adventure, apparently. And we'll see you then.